Do you guys just want to come up here and sit on your dots if you have a special one? Okay, I should be good, but I'll take it. You have a special dot? Perfect. I didn't know how it worked.
Have a number.
Oh, a number.
Same as in our line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Sit there or on the floor. You decide. Your call.
Oh, I have to record myself for class. Sorry. Good enough. There we go. Thank you. My name's Skylar, by the way, just in case if you forgot. Yes.
My friend Sierra's biggest sister, her name is Skylar.
Really?
And her second biggest sister's name is Sydney.
So, have any of you guys heard of Johnny Appleseed?
Yeah.
You have? Have you been talking about it at all?
No.
No? Okay.
But we have been doing math worksheets
Really?
about him.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to continue on a little bit. So we're going to read this book, Seed by Seed, The Legend and Legacy of John Appleseed Chapman.
Cool. You read about him.
You have?
First grade.
Okay. The tales of Johnny Appleseed are three parts legend, one part fact. Stories we're not sure are true. But the man, John Chapman, was real. He was born on September 26, 1774 in Massachusetts. He never drove a car or sent a basketball flying through a hoop. He never acted in front of a camera. He never wore a medal. He grew apples and offered them to the pioneers heading west. But wait, so what? A farmer? Why should we remember him today more than 200 years later and call him a hero? I will whisper the answer to you, a secret silver gray green. He lived by example. And of the many footsteps he took across the frontier in his bare and knobbly feet, he left 5 for us to fill. Use what you have, share what you have, respect nature, try to make peace where there's war. You can reach your destination by taking small steps. No one is certain why he began his work of planting apple trees. He claimed that spirits and angels told him to be the messenger of peace and grace, the way to the west of offering of fruit. What we do know is that by doing the same small act of planting seeds every day, Johnny Appleseed changed the landscape of our nation, seed by seed, deed by deed. Use what you have. Most apples around the start of the 19th century were grown for making cider. John Chapman started the nurseries of apple trees by obtaining apple seeds from owners of cider presses in western Pennsylvania who were just going to throw the seeds away. Chapman dressed in coffee and potato sacks or wore used clothing that was given to him by people trading for trees. Some say he carried a tin cooking pot on his head like a hat. He had a style all of his own. You see how silly he looks? He has a pot on his head. Chapman was rich in coin and rich in friends. He sold and traded trees to pioneers, but if a person could not afford them, Chapman would still allow that person to take saplings and pay when he or she was able. Chapman even had 11 brothers and sisters, and they helped one another out when they could. Beside his love for apples, Chapman also had a strong affection for reading, especially books by a religious man named Emanuel Swedenborg, who preached love, tolerance, and faith. It is said that John Chapman used his open shirt as a pouch to carry his books. It is also said that he ripped books into chapters in order to circulate them between settlers. He liked to gather children and their families around him and delight them with story time, news right fresh from heaven. In this way, he was the frontier's first librarian. John Chapman lived most of his life outdoors. He was a vegetarian and also had a vast knowledge of herbs and their uses. Besides planting apples, John Chapman liked to plant fennel and a bulb that smelled strongly of licorice, and that he believed had medical powers. In some parts of the country, this fast-spreading plant is still called Johnny Weed. It is said that he lived in peace with animals. Legend has it that he released the wolf from a trap for a long time afterwards, and the wolf tamely followed him wherever he went.
There's a heart.
liked him.
Yes, he said.
Once he slept at one end of a log with a bear and her cub at the other. Another time he would notice that his campfire was singing the wings of mosquitoes. He doused the flames in order to save the insects. When he saw that the animal was being abused, he would buy that animal, nurse it back to health, and find it a good home. The only animal he was known to have killed was a rattlesnake. Though he acted in self-defense, he was said to have always felt badly for having taken that life. The Native Americans respected him for his spiritual bond with the surroundings, his kinship with all that he grew and lived.
The Americans are Indian.
Yes, they are.
They're the first people.
John Chapman moved freely between Native American and pioneer communities and was trusted by both. He warned each side of the other's impending attack, usually by walking through a room and reciting a mysterious rhyme. John Chapman journeyed hundreds of miles across the state line on his own 2 feet or by canoe on the waterways, planting and maintaining his tree nurseries over 100,000 square miles. His tree flowered and fruited across the Ohio River Valley and were shared and carried off to homesteads far and wide. He grew so many apple trees that chances are that the apple you eat today is from a descendant of a tree planted by Johnny Appleseed. After catching pneumonia during an especially cold winter in 1845, John Chapman passed away. His sweet spirit lives on the apples we eat and the seeds we plant to make our country and our world a better place. Seed by seed, deed by deed, Johnny Appleseed changed the landscape of our nation. Now it's your turn. One small deed every day. The end. Did you like that? You guys like apples?
Yeah. All we need is one good bed. Yeah, we're good.
Well, we're going to do a fun little math activity now. So in a minute, I'll have you guys go back to your seat. And I have different slices of apples for you.
Oh, you cut? That we cut?
I already cut them, but you can eat them. So after, you're going to take a... Yeah,
We're actually going to be eating.
if you want, yeah.
Yes. Made out of cake.
If you don't, no, they're real. These are just things. So I'm going to put a graph up here. I'm going to do a little math of it. And you're going to eat a red apple slice, a yellow apple slice, and a green apple slice. And you're going to think about it, which one was your favorite, juiciest, tastiest, sweetest, whatever you think.
So we're all sour.
And say yellow.
The yellow one.
Say yellow is your favorite. I want you to color it, and then you'll come up here with your glue stick and glue it where it matches on the graph. Okay?
Wait, on the board.
Oh, I have a graph. Sorry, I guess I should have got that.
We're coloring it. If we do it on the board, we're getting big trouble.
Well, no, you're not going to color the board. I made this.
Ooh, that's nice. Wow.
So it'll look like that. I'll make it look a little better.
So
But-
somebody already did them?
I've got it ready, but like say I like the red apple slice the best. I'll color it in or whatever, and then I'll come up here and glue it to like right there, and then we'll look together at the
What
end
if
to
you-
see what the favorite apple was
What
in
if
the
you like
class.
all of them?
If you like all of them, then you color all three and put them up here. 2, 3,
Can
whatever
we,
your
like,
favorite.
Put our name on it, like below it?
Yeah, if you want, put your name on it so you can see if you want, but that's what I have for you guys. So if you want to go back to your seat, I'll start passing out apples. I'll use whatever you want, color pencil and marker.
Think of it like a birthday tree. Think of it like a birthday tree.
And then wait till they look Okay. I'll pass out when you guys are quiet.
Too sweet or too sour?
I'll pass out to the quiet ones. Thank you.
Mayonnaise. Syrup. I don't know. 'Cause they might have like, what if they have rainbow? What if they have rainbow?
guys want any apples? I have leftovers. Get an apple?
Yeah.
They all want apples. Whenever you're done, you can come up. Will you bring a glue stick? I don't have it. You have glue? Okay. You can like glue on the back of it and then we'll come up here and stick whichever. You like the sour?
Second graders, after you color, do the glue stick at your table. And that way when you walk up, you don't have to have your glue stick. So just put glue on the back of the one that you want to put on the chart.
Thank you. You want to go glue it at your desk real quick? Come back. Thank you. You like the green?
Yeah.
Go. Got it? What'd you like? You like green too? Yeah.
Green was my least favorite.
I know, I always never liked
More
green.
sour. I used to like the yellow
Yeah, I like the yellow.
and red, because there's thousands of them.
I like Honey Crisp,
I do too.
but they're like gold. They're so expensive, but they're so good.
They are.
I used to eat Red Delicious.
But I buy them for my grandchildren. It's like, don't waste them.
I know, they eat
just
every
go
bite.
Eat, and then throw them.
I cut them up so I get the most out of it. Oh my gosh, look how many green there are. Yeah, please do. Have any apples you want. I'm not going to do anything with them. You like yellow? Close. Push them together. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Thank you.
Ask him to sit down and then ask him if you
Which one's helping?
the one that's got the one standing up with the red and blue shorts on.
Are you guys almost done? Did you glue them? Can you go back and glue that?
I think they're putting out more than one.
They said if they liked all three of them. And we couldn't decide.
Because then you can't do a comparison as
I know. So,
the numbers.
I think now they just were doing all three of them. I don't have Thank you, thank you. Got it? Thank you. Let's glue the back. Oh, really? Thank you for your comment. Okay, everybody, take a seat. Are you done? Okay, hurry up so you can put your stuff there. You can get rid of it. I like how Addison was reading quietly. Thank you. Whenever we're done with these, I'll hand out one more little thing. Well, now I can't really tell you which one's our favorite because we ended up almost all liking them. What do you guys think from looking at them is your favorite or the favorite of the class? Raise your hand. Yes, Robert, which one do you think is everyone's favorite? Just by looking.
It's cold. It's green.
You agree?
Yeah, but yellow.
What do you think?
Red and green.
Yeah? Would someone like to come up and count them for us? Ooh, I'm gonna look for someone sitting quietly. The purple case stays on. Yes, I don't know your name. Sorry, what's your name? Chloe. Sorry, yes, Chloe. Will you please count these and write the totals? And then I'll hand out this so you do it. This is just a little exit ticket thingy. Oh, you're not done?
And you
What are you putting up there?
have them write just one color.
Just one color, yeah. Which one's your favorite? Yellow. Add one more ticket. We'll add a ticket.
Wait, what do we have to do?
I'll tell you in a second.
Changing her numbers. Chloe, add one more to the red. Add one more to the red. The teacher taught with me for like 16, 18 years.
These are exit tickets. Just to get a little. Oh, go ahead and do it for a second. Look how close that is. Which one are you putting? Uh-oh, we have a tie.
Yay!
That's okay. You can come put it up here.
I can make it with the side
We're gonna have everybody be quiet. Thank you. Which one are you gonna do? She's gonna one more put it up there. She's gonna make the deciding factor.
Hey, she's still eating.
I'm gonna go with yellow.
Okay, now on the exit ticket, just to end my little thing, it just says what color of apple was the most popular. So you can just write yellow because now there's 20.
I wanted to write red.
I'm sorry, but that's all I have. Now just write the popular one. We already chose our favorite.
I'm about to fly.
I'm sorry.